Shark diving is a recreational activity that people engage in for fun, cinematography, scientific research, and so much more. The organizers of this activity try to keep all safety measures in place to ensure people are safe while having fun. However, some sporadic cases do not go as planned, and there are some not so good occurrences. We have a list of some of them as they were caught on camera. Today on the channel, we're bringing you the 10 shark diving stunts gone wrong, so watch to the end so you don't miss a thing. Before we get into this video, you might want to hit the like and subscribe button and turn on the post notification. Number 10. A smart shark. Here's a clear case to show you that sharks are intelligent animals. They strategize before they aim at their prey to get the most out of their deadly hunt. We can see an expert shark diver diving deep in a well-designed iron package. The sides are small and made out of iron. However, the top of the cage is covered with plexiglass. He initially spots a shy-looking shark that passes unbothered about him by being prey. Moments later, an 18-foot-long shark approaches him. The shark is brilliant enough not to go for the diver. Instead, he aims at defeating one of the two flats that keep the cage balanced. The diver might be safe inside the iron bars for now, but can you stop for a moment to think of how disastrous things could have gotten if the cage plummeted down to the bottom of the ocean? This diver got back to the boat alive and well enough to tell the tale, giving everyone a hint of what sharks can accomplish. Number 9. A group experience. It is pretty audacious to dive into unknown shark territory, something we believe is designed for the real daredevils themselves. Going in there to face the sea monster is pretty much easier when you do it with friends and family. A group in Port Lincoln, Australia decides to plunge into the deep, just for sightseeing and photography maybe. Everything seems to go well as we can see they were enjoying the beautiful underwater experience when suddenly the scene changes with the appearance of an angry shark. It moved so fast towards them with its jaws opening and closing like it was ready to feast on the baits. However, a second look at the occurrence from another perspective made it look like the shark was only scouting for food around the area. Now we see why these cages are built the way they are. The sole aim is to protect the diversity and ensure there is no direct contact whatsoever with the sharks. Number 8. The ghost cage. There are different kinds of shark diving cages, aside from what's made out of iron bars, which you have previously seen in this video. There is also a ghost cage. The ghost cage is made out of transparent glass, creating a clear underwater vision for the diver and the sharks. This guy decides to go into the shark zone in the ghost cage, and what he saw a couple of minutes later is entirely mind-blowing. He notices not one but 5 angry sharks swimming in circles around him. He didn't hesitate to get away from there back to the water surface as fast as he could. He testified to have seen all kinds of sharks down there, saying this though was the scariest experience of his entire life. Number 7. Paddling away. We bet you're not ready for this one, as it's capable of sending chills down your spine. Unlike the experience in the previous clip, this guy did not deem it fit to put safety measures into place before daring to go into the deep. There are no iron bars in sight, neither is he dressed in a diving suit. Yet, he embarks on a stand-up paddling session when he suddenly falls off his board into the water, we believe to show a shark he previously saw underneath the water. Luckily for him, this is not an angry shark because from what we know, it wasn't interested in attacking the guy. He quickly hurries back to his board and paddles away back to the seashore. What was he thinking though? Number 6. The biggest shark. In 2013, Michael Meyer went gauge diving on the Guadalupe Island in Mexico. He never knew that it would be a life-changing experience for him as he encountered what no one had seen before. We suggest you brace yourself because this view is not for the faint-hearted. He found one of the biggest sharks in history to be caught on camera. Michael believed this shark was up to 7 meters long and it was not aggressive. The shark was calm but just curious enough to find out what or who was in its territory. Being faced with something this huge and still bold enough to compose himself makes Michael a real daredevil. Number 5. Spearfishing with the shark. Spearfishing has been around for the longest time. It involves using a spear to aim at a fish with a plan of taking it out of the water to feast on it. Some people think it's too hostile to hunt down fish, especially seeing tons of other ways to do these things. The diver in this video sets out into the deep for spearfishing when he comes across a shark. Everything suddenly went off beat when he launches his spear straight into the body of the shark. The shark quickly turned around and grabbed the guy's leg in his jaws in an attempt to yank it off. He made it out alive, telling the other crew members that it wasn't such a giant shark, or else the bite would have been a lot more severe. Number 4. Cliff jumping. When going onto this activity, a lot of things come to mind. There's the thought of jumping straight onto a rock, bone fracture, broken bones, and other fears. But the last something anyone will be scared of when jumping off a cliff is getting into the water and coming face to face with a live shark. It appears that was the situation with this guy who jumped off the cliff and was faced head-on with an enormous shark. Luck was on his side, we presume, because it was not hungry and the shark was not interested in feeding on him. On the other hand, the sight of it scared the lights out of him, leaving him no other choice than to save himself from the jaws of the shark. However, he could get away and made it back to the shore in one piece. Number 3. A rare event. This shark was done having it seeing the iron bars around its base, so it decided to use a different approach to get its prey this time. Or maybe it just wasn't a good time as the guy gets into the water while people were feeding the shark, using a rope and big chunks of tuna. Things suddenly get out of hand when one of the sharks goes blind. It races towards the cage, hits it hard and broke into it. At that time, the guy in the cell was smart enough to get to the bottom of the cage, where he stayed calm until the coast was clear enough for him to swim out of there on top of the water after the shark had left. Number 2. Blindly into the cage. Some South African shark divers were underwater watching sharks and feeding baits when one of them mistakenly hit the shark's side, provoking it to become aggressive. The shark reaches out for its cage and forces himself into the cell. It was a terrifying event for the divers. One of them, named Andre Hartman, said he never experienced something like this in his 25 years of working with sharks. Number 1. Out of nowhere. Exploring the ocean's depths with a spear must have increased this guy's confidence towards the fear of the unknown. He was trying to lay his hands on a rare fish species when a giant shark suddenly shows up from nowhere and tries to attack him. The monster did not only seem hungry, it appears it was angry to find someone flocking around his habitat. This guy tries to scare it away with a spear, but the shark was not moved by it at all. It kept trying to get at the guy, while after several failed attempts it swims off, leaving the guy for his fate. Care to go shark diving anytime soon? Let us know in the comment section. If you enjoyed watching this video, remember to smash the like and subscribe button and turn on the post notification. That's it for the 10 shark diving gone wrong. Thank you so much for watching.